So just woke up today to find out that the YouTuber Raging Golden Eagle has had his channel removed, and this is beyond insane. See, in addition to being a YouTube creator, Raging Golden Eagle is also an independent comic creator and has been a very successful one at that. You can see his numbers right there. He raised over $330,000 on around 5,000 backers, and you'll notice a lot of this success here, it's tied to his YouTube channel. Now, you and I were going to talk about this today, and really, when we're talking about this, I hope that you'll make noise. If you have a Twitter account, tag in Team YouTube, ask them to review this because this is absolutely insane. Apologies for the typo in this, by the way. I noticed this right when I got up. But yeah, I mean, RGE has helped out a lot of independent creators. He's helped out a lot of YouTubers, myself included. So hopefully everybody, they will do the same for him. Man, so hey there to all you fine folks. I hope you are doing excellently this morning, and apologies for the impromptu style video. I try to put a little more editing into videos these days, but I noticed this right off the bat, and this stuff, like I said before, this is very important. You know, a lot of people, they end up flagged, they have their channel struck, and it's met with silence. You know, people that can help, they don't end up helping. That happens all too often. So I want to make sure that it comes to the attention of anyone out there, because again, you're not just talking about a YouTube channel, you're talking about somebody that has an independent comic book, one that challenges mainstream creators. Maybe that's the problem here too. The mass flagging, you don't exactly know who it comes from, but you know this is a product of mass flagging. And yeah, when you think about the challenge, when you think about what type of content's created, it happens, like I said, so often. Now, this is confirmed, by the way. You can see right here, this is his Twitter account. You'll notice all the tagging in there, and in the description, he has his YouTube channel noted. When you click on that, you'll notice currently the page, it's not available. Sorry about that. Try searching for something else. Now, as far as platform reasoning is concerned, we don't actually know all the particulars yet. Yellow Flash, though, he posted this. This has to be from the mobile app view. You know, what I showed you was from the desktop view, and he noted, terminated for anime girls. There was no nudity or sexual content here. He had anime girls in his thumbnails, and that's what he covers a lot. He talks about anime. He talks about the state of the anime industry, plus he's creating his own comic book. But you can see that doesn't matter. You have somebody that comes in, they mass flag over and over again. They give one specific reason, and well, you can see this here in that view. This account has been terminated due to multiple or severe violations of YouTube's policies on nudity or sexual content. He doesn't create sexual content, by the way. He doesn't showcase nudity. Anime is not a crime. I mean, we have gotten to that point where people want to treat anime like it's some type of crime. If you can't talk about that, I mean, that creates its own problems. Now, as far as his content is concerned, you don't actually have to take my word on that either. Just look through his Twitter feed. You'll find remnants like this. And when you see this, just a note, you actually get the link. So you'll still have an image pop up. It's basically like a ghost here. But when you click on it, it's still going to tell you the same thing that we saw before, that the channel's been terminated. Remember, too, they're not telling you the messaging is the problem. And if you look at the messaging, that's going to tell you that this violation here, it's not going to be in there. He's not going to cover anything that's regarding nudity. He's not covering anything that involves sexual content. I mean, here, the anti-work movement arises when people reach the right conclusions for the wrong reasons and destroy their future in this. So you can just see from that little snippet here, does that sound like something that's going to involve any of that? No. But when you look at the thumbnails, when you look at the imagery, it involves anime. I believe that Yellow Flash is probably right about that. That's what they hit him for. And that should trouble quite a few people because, again, anime is not a crime. Now, just to drive this point home, here is one more example of the type of work he does. Again, remember, if you click into the video, it just shows his dead link, but I want to show you the imagery here because, again, content-wise. College students give up their white privilege, identify as minorities. You got to do what you got to do to avoid discrimination. That's what he's talking about. Does that sound like it meets any of that criteria? Absolutely not. So they had to target his channel because he covers anime, because he uses anime in his thumbnails. And we're not talking, by the way, of anything that's gratuitous. I want to make sure that I clear that. You see what we're talking about. That's the example. Again, this is a byproduct of mass flagging. It has to be called out. This stuff, people have to make noise about it because it needs to be resolved, and it needs to be resolved quickly. Now, like I was saying before, Raging Golden Eagle, he's not just a YouTube creator. He is also an independent comic book creator and a very, very successful one. I mean, if you look at these numbers here and you compare them to mainstream creators, it blows anything they do out of the water. We're not just talking about 6 figures from a guy that has never created a comic book before in his life. We're talking about $330,967. This guy almost raises $331,000 on 5,000 backers. To compare that, you have people like Sean Gordon Murphy, people that are tied to Batman, to DC Comics. When they come out the gate, they don't make money like this. You have independent comic creators trying to offer alternatives because you either have trash coming out of the mainstream, you have people that will denigrate their customers, or they'll do anything to turn their backs on them. And that needs an alternative. But the problem is that a lot of that alternative, a lot of advertising it's codependent on one platform. And well, you see how that platform treats creators. See, lately, the platform, it's been talking about positive mental health. You know, they're going to do changes. They're going to help out positive mental health with creators. And they talk about removing certain features like the dislike button. Why? Because there's brigading there. That's going to upset people. And yeah, I have opinions about why that was, but still, the platform says that that's about positive mental health. See, here's something about positive mental health, though. Every time I get a message from this platform, I wince. Why? Because I either get something that I would consider spam. I get something that's about a rule change, or I get metrics at the end of the month. And those things are helpful, by the way, but I don't get anything positive from the platform. 9 out of 10 times, if I get a message from the platform, it's either because somebody struck something, it's because something is being flagged. Basically, every single time you get input from this platform, it's negative. Where's the positive mental health in that? And I'm saying this not as just some random person bringing up positive mental health. I'm saying this as somebody that has been a practitioner. I worked for the longest time as a diagnostician, worked in mental health as a therapist. You know, you come in, you get diagnosed. So I'm literally saying this kind of stuff, you know, it impacts your positive mental health. I mean, again, look at what's been taken away here. Aside from that platform, you know this guy, he made $330,000 off of that comic book alone. That revenue, how does he reach an audience anymore? Of course, that's going to decline, and it's going to decline substantially. Yeah, I mean, that's not just hitting somebody in the platform. That's hitting somebody where they live. It's also happening right before the holidays. Anyway, make some noise if you would. Help the guy out and push other YouTubers to actually talk about this stuff too. Again, you stand alone quite a few times when you face stuff like this. That is wrong as well. It's got to change. We could actually remedy problems if we all stuck together. And thank you for listening. Again, this stuff, it troubles me when I see it. We're talking about right before Christmas. We're talking about taking away somebody's livelihood. It is absolutely insane to be on.